Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. It is August 1st, Saturday. It's about 10:50, and I've just gotten finished with my workout for the day. And I want to talk about last month, July. And I've just, on the last episode, I talked about being more consistent. So I told myself this morning I had to get up and do a project with my mom early. When I got done, I said I could go home, or I had already prepared. I had already thrown my shoes in the trunk. And I said, or I can go to the mall and go walk. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the mall and go walk. And so the loop around the mall is a mile and a quarter, but there's like a walking path, not a walking path, a bike trail, that paved bike trail off of the chute that goes, I mean, all the way back into Atlanta. It's long. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna start on the go around the mall, and then I'll take the little, I think it's called Noonday Creek Trail, until I hit 2 miles, and then I'll walk back, and then we'll just see where I'm at. I was praying and hoping that I'd already, and I did it. I did it. So I got my 3 miles and a quarter, actually. So I feel solid, and I could have done more. The trick, though, I don't know if this is fair, was I was on the phone. So my wife called me, and she just wanted to talk. I'm like, I'm out here walking. You want to talk to me? She had some stuff to ask, and I was talking and walking. And then she had to get off the phone. And then a friend of mine called me. He and his family are about to move to France, and he's in Georgia in the metro area, and wanted to see us and just wanted to talk, and did not care what I wanted to talk about. So we were talking about getting fit. I mean, I think he's don't quote me on this. I want to say he's 39, almost 40. And I was telling him about, make good choices. Don't need to get on TRT. Get active now. Lift some heavy things, all that kind of stuff. He talked to me for about an hour, for about the rest of the hour. So lo and behold, I looked up, and I was done with 3.25 miles. So shout out for sure. I don't know if I can do that every time talk to somebody, but and I'm not gonna sit there and walk and hold my phone up and be talking, doing a podcast. But we made it. Shout out for sure. So went to the doctor yesterday, got because for whatever reason, they feel like I'm metabolizing my testosterone too fast. So he really did not expect me to have gone through, I got 1,000 milligrams of TRT 2 months ago, and I was down to 360 was my numbers when I got my blood work last week. So it's like, no, I shouldn't have. It should have been somewhere like 600. So needless to say, they gave me another 1,200 yesterday. So I couldn't jump rope yesterday, and I feel it in my hip. My hip is a little live. It's a little live, but they put in my left hip this time instead of my right. Um, but walking was fine. So I got my walk in, and actually I feel good. Actually felt like, you know what, I probably could have did more. I could have probably finished the loop around the mall again without any problem. Probably not do the trail, but either way. Um, so I'm feeling solid. I have not eaten anything yet, but I had some coffee, and I'm about to finish up chugging my Yeti because I am thirsty. I did not take any water with me because it was not hot outside. It was like 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm feeling solid there. This thing's been faithful. All right. Not sponsored by Yeti, but if they want to sponsor your boy, I won't be mad about it. Okay, so let me look at my YouTube numbers. I didn't Last month did not go as well as I had really anticipated it. And I don't know why. I really truly am scratching my head. Why did last month not go so well? And I don't know what happened. I mean, there was a day last month. It was Monday the 13th of July. I was cooking. Had 32,000 views that day. My goal was to see 50 the next day. Well, the next day, I fell down to 7,000 views. I have no idea what happened. From there, I've just been struggle bussing ever since. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. And I went back and tried to do an autopsy. I will admit, man, I tried to do less content around Candace Owens, but that was the day that Candace Owens, the 13th, was the day that Candace Owens came back after her quote unquote vacation. And I did the live stream saying the descent of Candace Owens has begun. But then the next day, I did two podcasts, two videos. I have no idea. And I'm trying to figure it out. Our watch time did not get where I wanted it to be. We really wanted it to be 100,000 watch hours. 100,000 watch hours is solid. That's stout, as the kids would say. That's stout. And yeah, it did not do what it wanted to do. I have no idea what happened. I have no clue why I missed the mark. Let me pull this in. So it's something you're gonna have to. I just got to keep chugging away at it. So, all right. So July, I barely hit 400,000 views. The month previous was almost 7. This one's 780 down, but like my biggest month was December, where I had the 2.1 million views, and I just thought that was the bee's knees. I have no idea what happened. I have no clue. But last year, my July was down pretty bad. My August went up. Everything went up after that last year. So this was the lowest month last year, and it was pretty low this year. So I don't know. I want to be consistent. I want to be consistently like 20, if I could get 3 million views every month, we will be cooking with hot grease every month. If we do that, we're cooking with hot grease. Let me see my watch hours. But see, my watch hours are sideways too. Like, look at this. So these are just showing you some back office stuff. All right, so last month, 46,000 views. Last month was 77. Like, what happened? It's almost half. I have no idea. But then December had almost 245,000 watch hours, which is crazy. But the lowest one was July last year, again, 19. So something with my Julys. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to pick it out, what to say, what is it about, what is it doing, anything like that. I don't know. So, but we're going to get back at it. I'm not going to quit. I have the blessed opportunity to do this as a second career, which is amazing. I mean, the fact that I get to just talk loud in my studio outside my kitchen is crazy. And it's just a blessing to be able to do this. I'm just going to keep working at it and try to fine tune it and grind it out and figure out what is happening in order to make it work. So that's just what it is. Somebody said a lot of people on vacation. Since I'm doing this, I might as well go on and look at it. A lot of people on vacation, but I'm thinking, like, while you're on vacation, don't you listen to things while you're on vacation? I'm just literally now I'm just asking. Do you think it's because so many other podcasts are going hard after Candace? I do think. I think Candace. I'm just going to be honest with you. Candace content is you writing your check. You're just writing a check with Candace. It's like it's printing money. I hate to say it, man. Candace Owens is printing money for herself and for other people. I mean, you do content, especially if you make good content. If you're just putting out, slop or trash, that's not what we're talking about. If you actually put in some work, you're writing a check around Candace. The problem is that content it's like nuclear waste. Sure, you get a lot of power from a nuclear power plant, but what are you gonna do with the waste of it though? That's where the problem is. What do you do with the waste? Sure, you got you could use AI, but what about those data farms? Like there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of unintended consequences that come from that. And I don't think people fully function and realize. That's why I don't want my channel to become a nuclear waste dump of Candace content, because I just don't think it's long-term beneficial. That's why I try to at least mix it up some, put something in there, something else. Talk about Brandon Johnson, talk about AI, talk about movies or superheroes, something. Sure, I'll do my share. I'll do my share of Candace content, right? But even in that, I don't think it's healthy long term. I just don't think it is. And I've seen it. I've seen it on my own life. I've seen it on the life of of my audience, the best live chat, the most electrifying comment section, but then also just in other people in general. I see people, yeah, you do too much Candace content. Like you don't see the adverse effect until you really set back and look at it. Like her content is it's demonic. I'm not saying that hyperbole. I'm not saying that just to be provocative. Like, no, we're talking about you're dancing with the devil. You're dancing with Satan. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, she's a mental health challenge. I mean, and I don't think people fully conceptualize it. But again, I guarantee you, if Monday morning I did a live stream, like we did the watch party live stream, I promise you, as sure as my name is Jason, I probably have 1,200 people in the live stream. 1,200 people in the live stream. Super chats going fast and furious, comments going crazy. I guarantee you, if I did that for the whole month of August and we came back and looked at it, it would be bananas. It would be bananas. It would be bananas. But the problem is, I would probably be crazy by then. I would probably be stir fried crazy. And I just don't, it's just not worth it. So I'd rather, again, I'm gonna get over here. I'm gonna try to figure it out, some other ways to make it work. I'm gonna talk about some other things. I'm gonna go be a guest on other channels, glean from other people, but I'm not gonna talk about Candace all the time. Because one day soon, prayerfully sooner than later, Candace is not gonna be an issue anymore. The Lord is gonna finally step in and do what he needs to do with Candace. And we're gonna all be sitting there like, dang, what are we gonna talk about? Like, imagine, like, just think about it. If Candace Owens was removed from the equation, however God did it, maybe a month left before people forget about her. People are gonna be like, well, oh yeah, that girl, I remember her. Remember the whole world was swirling around P. Diddy? The whole world was up in the upheaval about Epstein. The whole world was going crazy about Carmelo Anthony. People got to gin up stuff about these stories now to make you even remember them. And Candace, the same thing. Candace was the same thing. I mean, who is it? Fauci. Fauci came back the other day and we're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that dude. And Fauci, man, that dude was diabolical in 2020. So we have short memories. And again, if God removed Candace from the, I mean, hey, Lord, here, Jesus, hear this podcast. If God removed Candace from the equation right now on August 1st, we probably would talk about the aftermath, the fall off, the destruction of Candace Owens until probably September, maybe the beginning of October. But then after that, we're going to have the Charlie Kirk anniversary on the 11th. There are going to be people talking about that. And people are going to be forgetting about Candace. And by the end of the year, folk will be like, Candace who? How do you spell that? Candace who? Who's that? It sounds crazy, but tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. So I don't think, again, I don't want to build my content off of that. So if I'm going to sit here and try to give you all good quality content, I can't give you stuff that, matter of fact, part of my rule is do content that you'd want to talk about 6 months later. I don't want to be talking about Candace 6 months from now. I really don't. I really want God to, I really pray fervently for God to intervene and remove Candace from the equation today. Speedily, Lord. Do it quickly. Do it quickly. Like Jesus told Judas, whatever you do, do it quickly. Get rid of her. I want her done, out of the equation. And that being the case, if the Lord is gracious and removes her out of the equation, I don't want to sit there and talk about Candace content because I don't fill my channel up with all I talk about day over day. So I got to talk about some other stuff. So, yeah, we go look at Social Simone. I love her, man. She's great. Yeah, we go look at what's going on in New York or LA or Seattle or some other little ancillary topics because I don't want to talk about only Candace. So needless to say, all that around the block to say, that's why I'm trying to keep mixing it up. Well, I know for a fact she's demonic. There's no question about that. That one right there, I will hang my hat on. She's a demon. She's demonic. That being the case, the Lord, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Lord is going to have to remove and deal with Candace. Like this is almost like a mark and avoid type of situation. Just let her go. I mean, just let her do what she's going to do because the Lord is the only one. I mean, she's propped up on every side. Every side she's propped up on. The social media side, I mean, YouTube makes a grip of money. I could only imagine if you all salivate over how much Candace makes every show, if you knew how much YouTube is probably making off of Candace, it's probably insane. Just YouTube alone. We're not talking about TikTok and X and Instagram and all the other platforms because she's active on all platforms. She's one of the few content creators. That's why you know she has a bigger team than she tells you, because there's not many content creators that are on every platform. Every platform. That's crazy. She's on every platform. That being the case, she's making bread off of every one of those. Plus her endorsements, her commercial deals and stuff like that, plus the merch sale. There's just entirely too much, hate to say it, there's just entirely too much incentive for her to keep running amok. And they don't care. They don't, I mean, really, truly. YouTube, I think Alphabet is the name of the parent company of YouTube and Google, X, Instagram, Threads, fill in the blank, all those, they don't care about Candace as a person, as a female, as a mom, as a human. Absolutely not. She's a cash cow. She's a lol cow, as people call it. She's a cash cow. And people make a lot of money off her. They make, let me tell you right now, the amount of money that I make off of Candace content is fine. I'm not mad about it. I can only imagine, however, how much some of these larger channels that all they do is comment about Candace. I can only imagine what they do. And now that is only a fraction of what Candace probably does. You see, you feel me? And all while this is going on, YouTube is just sitting back collecting 30% from all of us, which is crazy work. So they have a huge incentive to allow her. Oh no, they have a huge incentive to. I mean, I hate to say it, man. I'm on YouTube right now. I make I make a lot of I do very well for my family right here on YouTube, and they make a lot of money off of me, but they make a whole lot of money off of Candace. There's no incentive. And eventually, even nothing. There's ice in here, but there's no water, Jason. Un momento, por favor. This water is amazing. Yeti, sponsor your boy. I need a sponsorship. And again, they have absolutely no incentive, no incentive whatsoever to cut the foolishness off. Now, one day when the foolishness gets too much and the cost of the foolishness actually hurts the bottom line of Google, then they'll cut it off. They'll I think they call it cut the water off. Then they'll cut the water off. But right now, they don't care. They have I mean, she's bringing, and I hate to say it, she's bringing in so much money. And I mean, a lot of us, look, a lot of us, our kids are going to do fine for Christmas because of Candace. I'm just going to tell the truth, shame the devil. A lot of us, our kids are going to college because of Candace. I'll just be honest with you. A lot of people made their car note today because of Candace, their mortgage payment because of Candace. It is what it is, but I just don't want to do that. So here on this channel, shout out to you. Thank you so much for popping in. I was just going over going over July, looking forward to August, and give you a little rundown. And we'll go from there. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. I'm just running my mouth. I'm just yammering. Just running my mouth. Just talking. Let me take this off. Okay, there we go. On there. Rookies. Anyway, so to the point, I would love for you all, if you follow me on my main channel, the Jay Witt Podcast, I would love for you to find some non-Candace content and say, you know, I really like this. Do more of this. Now, not saying I won't do some Candace content, but, you know, if God is faithful and he removes Candace off the playing field tomorrow, we're going to have to start talking about, we have to prepare ourselves to talk about something else. I could talk about my hat collection, but I would love for you, if you go to the main channel and you see other content that I talk about, you know, just say, hey man, I really like this right here. This is some non-content. You don't even have to make a big deal out of it. I think it would be good to know, you know, pull this in real quick. and give you, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So, of course, just go into videos. What we got here? What we got here, Jason? What we got? Okay, of course we got Candace right there. We were talking about bonnets. I was talking about the about Black Superman, right? But see, I got back in the habit. I got back in the habit talking about Candace, man. I apologize. Uh, the Tate brothers. See, like even that, like the world was coming to an end over the Tate brothers last week. Do you remember that? Like just last week, everybody was like, "Oh, the Tate brothers, the Tate," and now you got to remember, I forgot about them literally just last week, and I thought everybody thought the world was coming to an end over them. Yeah, I got back in the habit of doing Candace content. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I talked about the 40-hour work week, where it came from and why kids don't like doing it. Talked about crazy stuff on Facebook Market. Yo, the stuff on Facebook Market is bonkers. I did not know some of the stuff these people be selling out there. That's crazy. We talked about defamation. What does it mean? Defamation. Dr. Peterson. I really thought this video was going to do well. I thought a lot of people would want to talk about it. Tyler Robinson, the update from the preliminary hearing did not get as much attention as I thought. I was a little bit surprised, Are you Black or are you American first? Yeah, I would love to talk about different things that people are interested in. And again, when we were talking about Carmelo Anthony, it was like easy peasy because a lot of people wanted to talk about that, and that was great. But I just, yeah, like Dennis Sperlin, man. I had Dennis on last week. We had a great time. That guy's hilarious. I love him. So anyway, I think you get my point. I was just trying to find some other things that the audience would also find beneficial and valuable, and we want to talk about those things that are not just Candace. I know people would talk about Candace. It almost don't even matter. I could be talking about Candace got a bad pedicure. People want to talk about it, right? But like, I'm surprised people did not jump on Pearl Davis for the crazy stuff that she said. I was very surprised. I was surprised at this video about the 12th grader that got moved back to 9th grade. Did not do as well. Yeah, so anyway, those things like that, we were just trying to not overwhelm the algorithm. Uh-oh. Am I supposed to take my baby to work? Hold on. Yeah, I know I'm not. I think she's driving herself. I'm almost certain she's driving herself. Oh, my wife is driving her. Why is she not driving? Okay, my wife is taking her. Anyway, I don't have to take her to work. Praise the Lord. So anyway, that was it. So we're just trying to find some other things. Like, matter of fact, let me show this last little bit right here. Like, this is a good run. We had like Carmelo Anthony. We were talking about the jury trial. If you're interested in how they select jurors, this video right here is by an attorney, a defense attorney, who explains the jury process. If you ever wondered how they select a jury, not just the quote unquote all white jury for Carmelo Anthony, but just jury in general. If you're interested, this video was very informative. I was really surprised how people didn't jump on this. Black Fatigue, we're looking at this one did quite well. Bird Hands. Carmelo Anthony collected another L. This is bad Carmelo. So you see, we were talking a lot about Carmelo Anthony, but you see who we're not talking about. We're not talking about Candace. And we went for a good little stint. We went for a good little run, actually, of not talking about Candace at all. Wow, dang. She was feeling abandoned. She was feeling bad. Oh, there's one video right there. So we almost went, let me see, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25, 28, 32. Holy cow. 35, 38. Oh, we went 38 videos, which is basically a month without saying anything about Candace, without any video on Candace. That wasn't bad. That was a good run. And even in this, there's a video right here. We have Voddie Baucham versus Candace Owens. But even then, it wasn't many. Okay, you get my point. I think my point has been made. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you. Um, how can you support you and your content? Love God, fearing podcasters and speak the gospel. The world needs Jesus. Amen. And thank you so much for that, Tanya. I appreciate you. Okay, so just give me an update. Okay, just give me an update. July was decent. It just wasn't. It didn't go as well as it hit my goal. So if you're wondering, I got those 3 goals. Read a book a week. I did read my book a week. Hit 10,000 on YouTube. Basically, the devil is that? What is that? Reactions are on. Shout out to the reactions. All right. So hit 10,000 on YouTube and get down to a respectable fight weight. So getting down to a respectable fight weight is about 215 for me. I'm not a respectable fight weight at all. However, so I've been doing kettlebells, jumping rope, walking, and my assault bike. If you've been following me, I broke my assault bike about 2 weeks ago. So I got me a walking pad downstairs. I'm going to try to get that thing fixed, the assault bike, 'cause I really do like it. It's a very good piece of equipment, but I just can't figure out how to fix it. So, and it's hard to find somebody to fix it. So if I can't get it repaired, I'm gonna probably just donate it and see if I can just, give it to somebody who can find a use for it. Anyway, so I decided to pick 4 workouts or 4 activities that I know I could commit to. I know I can commit to jumping rope, walking, kettlebells, and the assault bike, even though the assault bike's broken out. But I knew I could commit to those no matter what. They're hitting the house. There's no excuse. I can do it if it's raining, it's snowing, whatever. I can do that. So that's what I committed to, as well as improving my drinking and my eating. My eating has been dialed in. I will say that, though. I've been eating much better. And my doctor did give me kudos for that, because a lot of my markers are much better than they were the first time I did my blood work. But I just want to start seeing better results when I step on the scale. So, so that's that. I just told you we're working on here on the channel. Mark and I are going to have a meeting next week to kind of go over some more things to see if we can keep cranking up valuable, improved content. So that's what we're going to be doing there. And that's going to be it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you follow me on the main channel, just drop me you can hit me up with a message, shoot me an email. Hey, I like this video. Let me know what you think. If you're like, Jason, this is a great video. Do more like these. That's very helpful. Even if you just say more like these in the comment. As a matter of fact, that'd be easy. You don't have to go above and beyond. If you happen to go through the channel and you see something that you really like and you don't know if, hey, you know what? This is a great video, Jason. Do more like these. Talk about Umar Johnson. I ain't talked about Umar Johnson in so long. Some of y'all don't even know I talked about Umar Johnson. Or, hey, do a sermon review. We haven't done a sermon review in a while. Or a debate dissection, talking about Charlie Kirk debates and such like that. I think those are very useful, but a lot of people didn't watch them. I'm kind of disappointed. Like, man, we'll watch the foolishness, but when we look at something that's actually beneficial, like how Charlie Kirk debated kids on college campuses and spoke with kids on college campuses and answered their questions, we didn't show up. So those kind of things. I got to find a way to make sure I hit all of the needs that the people have. So that is it, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'm going to chug this rest of this water. I'm going to go cool down, and then I'm going to see what the rest of the posse is doing. So my wife is gone and my daughter's going to work. And my big girl's here. So I don't know what they're doing today. I got to figure out what they're doing today. I think they're getting their hair done. I don't know. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you so much for tapping in. I will see you all tomorrow, Lord willing. Lord willing, we'll be doing a Sunday live stream, and we'll definitely be back on Monday again, Lord willing, for the Monday morning meetup and all that kind of good jazz. So have a great Saturday. Have a wonderful, blessed Lord's Day on tomorrow. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace.